In one of these boxes is hopefully my next EDC backpack. The 2 bags that I've used, which we'll talk about here in a second, have been great. However, they do leave a little bit to be desired, and we'll cover that as well here in a second. So what I did is I went to Jeff Bezos' store and I ordered one backpack that is pretty much the exact repeat of one of the bags that I already have, just a little bit bigger. Another bag is a bag I really don't think is gonna work, but I just wanted to give it a shot and see what would happen. And then the other 2 bags are bags that have been highly rated, but they're a little bit out of the zone of which I would normally choose to buy a bag of. So in order to talk about where we're going, we have to understand where we're coming from. So this is the Yeti Ranchero 22 liter tri-zip backpack. So it's along the same lines as the Mystery Ranch backpacks, I think the Catalyst 22 liter, but as some of us may know, Yeti purchased Mystery Ranch, and now I don't think you can buy those tri-zip backpacks as regular civilian customers. I think they're only doing military contracts still. So Yeti is doing the Ranchero line. The 22 liter is what I have here, and it has been great. It's a tri-zip, opens completely up, so I don't have to just go from the top. If I want to get something from the very bottom, I can open it all the way. But there's a couple of issues with it. Is just out of the box, empty, the way it sits is almost like 3.5 pounds. So your starting weight is a lot higher, and then you still got to put all your crap into it, and that's only going to make it even heavier. It doesn't wear very well, and I don't mean like wear comfortably, I mean like it doesn't wear in very well. I can tell that this bag is made of really high quality materials, and it is going to last a very long time. But it scuffs up so quickly, and it stains so quickly that within the first couple of days, I got stains and scuffs on the material that to this day have not come out yet. And I've had this bag for about 2 years. I daily carried it for 2 years almost. It's advertised as a 22 liter, but I don't know, that's being generous, I think. Once it's all closed up, it is a very narrow pass through of what you can pack in here, and I made it work for 2 years. Those are the main pain points. It probably isn't a true 22 liter bag, and it does stain pretty well, and it doesn't wear in very well either. So there's that. Now, one of the things that I do really like about it, that I am looking for features to move forward into other bags, are the load lifters. These I carry a lot of stuff. I'm kind of on the more maximalist end of EDC carry, and having the load lifters was a huge weight off of my back and off of my shoulders. I also really love the sternum straps, because when I'm riding on my motorcycle, it's nice to have that security of clipping in. As long as those features are replicated on the next bags, I'm okay with that. So those are my thoughts on the Yeti Ranchero. Super quickly, it's a well-made bag. It's a very good bag. I used it for 2 years. However, just leaves a couple of things to be desired. So after this, I tried going in a more unconventional route, and I went to the running and athleisure company On. They have the Speed Lite or Speed bag, I forget exactly what it is. This is the 30 liter bag, so it's quite a bit bigger than the Ranchero 22 liter, but it's probably more like an 18 liter. So I almost doubled in size. And what I like about it is it does have the load lifters. So load lifters are nice. It did have a hip belt. I cut that off because I'm never gonna use a hip belt in my kind of like more professional white collar office environment. It did have sternum straps. So check, check, check. It also had an actual usable water bottle pocket. For this, I've got the Memo or Mimo bottle. This is the stainless steel version. It is a little bit bougie, but it does feel like it's gonna last me for many, many, many years. And it does slot in nicely on the external water bottle pockets. Now here's what I don't like about it. It's got all the nice things that I kind of needed as prerequisites, but what I don't like is that it has absolutely no weatherproofing at all. But the bag, fully unloaded, is like 1.5 pounds or something. So massively lower floor for entry level in terms of weight. So let's unpack it. Let's see what I carry every single day, and then we'll see some of the options that I ordered. So here's what comes out of the On 30 liter Speedpack. Got the Mimo bottle, the I don't know, the tall skinny one. Inside this front pocket, I've got a super lightweight Lululemon jacket. In the front access pocket, I've got a few things. Got just a little bit of cash in a waterproof bag, glasses case that has a couple of tools and some things that I use on a day-to-day basis, a tourniquet, and some hearing protection. In the main compartment, I carry this, unfortunately, massive 16-inch Dell XPS. In this pouch, I carry snacks, protein bars, a couple of sweet things just to keep my morale up. In this DJI case, I carry IEMs and some IEM cables, as well as my mobile microphones. My Hebe R4. In this orange Magpul docket pouch, I carry tools, screwdrivers, multi-tool, lockpicks, etc. A Faraday bag, North American Rescue trauma shears, a 20-round box mag, an extra Glock 17 magazine, Canid Provisions water decon kit, and basic medical kit. Gen 6 Glock 17 with an RMR and a +5 base plate, and a Riversmith waterproof bag with a change of clothes, bunch of extra chargers and cables. In the quick access pouch, I've got an Anker charger, a couple extra USB cables, writing utensils, access key card, Bluetooth headsets, earbuds, and I don't smoke, but you can watch some of my other videos as to why I carry a pack of cigarettes and a Zippo with a butane insert rather than a liquid gas insert. So those are all the things that I carry in my EDC pack. So let's see how these things fit into some of the other bags. All right, so as I mentioned, I bought 4 different backpacks off Amazon. It cost me about $800. And my intention is to find the one that works and return all the other ones. So, you know, just using the system. This is the Cotopaxi Alpha 28. Let's take a look. All right, so before we move on, Cotopaxi Alpha 28 liter travel pack in the fatigue colorway, $204.95 plus tax. So I can tell already the front is like a very rubberized plastic coating, so no water's gonna be getting in through there. None of the zippers are sealed. However, one thing that I forgot to mention about the On backpack, on top of not having any weather sealing, none of the zippers were sealed and none of the zippers were YKK zippers. They all felt very chintzy. So the zippers on this Cotopaxi are all YKK, if I remember correctly. These are all YKK. I don't think that any of them are weather coated. However, I can tell you that the bag itself does feel extremely good in terms of its coating. So I'm gonna pack this out and yeah, and we'll see how it fits all of my stuff. Oh, also, you know, one thing that I was hopefully looking for is the way that I pack my bags, I could put all the heavy kind of larger stuff at the bottom first, so it actually helps the bags to stand up on their own, whether they have a solid base or not. One thing that I liked about my Yeti Ranchero 22 liter is that they have the ground control base. So as you can tell, it's completely empty and it's even completely unzipped. So the structure is mostly gone, but it's still standing up on its own completely. I'd like to have a bag where I can pack it out in such a manner that it'll end up standing on its own. So here's the laptop pouch. So I'm gonna start with that. If this doesn't fit, then this bag is a no-go right out of the gate. And it's tight, but it fits. All right, so that fits. One thing I forgot to mention in my packing list is that I also carry, and I use this every day at work, an e-ink tablet. This is the Books Books Go series, the 10.3 inch. So I normally put this, and it has a separate laptop sleeve, so I can separate those two things. And I've got a little notebook here, so that works perfectly. So all of that fit with absolutely no problem. And I don't have any unsightly bulges coming out of the backpack either. I like this green colorway, this like army green colorway with like this orange and blue offset zippers, and a nice deep water bottle pouch for my Mimo bottle. Honestly, this feels really great. I don't particularly care for the hip belt. I don't know what I would do to sort that out, and this does not have load lifters. So let's try it on and see how it feels. Hell yeah. So immediately the bag feels very good. The shoulder straps are very well padded. I'll probably end up policing the waist strap somehow. Either I'll strap it up or maybe I'll just cut it off completely. But I really enjoy the The sternum strap feels really good. And even though I don't have load lifters, all of that stuff that I carry with me every single day does not feel heavy in any capacity because the shoulder straps are very comfortable. The way the weight is distributed inside the pack feels really, really good. All right, so yeah, feels good. I think it looks good. Everything feels really quality. I really like the rubberized kind of turtle shell. So this is great. Let's see what the other ones have to offer. And let's see what's next. This is one that I really, really want to like. So this is the Bellroy Lite travel pack. This is the 30 liter, I believe. A few bucks cheaper. This is $1.99. The reason I really want to like this Bellroy is because everything about Bellroy is like, I think it's super cool. I like their design language. I like the way they thought out a lot of their stuff. I like their logo, believe it or not. I don't really care one way or another about logos, but I do like the Bellroy logo. There are a couple things I've worried about based off of reviews and just based off of the way I kind of see the pack. It has like no form to it. It's super light. It's lighter than the Alpha 28 base, like unloaded. This is empty. This is lighter than the Alpha 28, and it's way lighter than the Yeti Ranchero. I think this is like 2 pounds. I think they advertise like 1.9 pounds or something like that. So this guy, my starting weight is very low, but it doesn't have any form to it. So even if I pack it out the right way, I don't know if I'll be able to get it to stand on its own. I don't think I'll be able to get it to stand on its own. It is fully weather sealed. The zippers are YKK and the zipper lines are fully weather sealed as well. But one thing that I've heard on reviews for people that you don't even have to have it long term, like people who have had it just a few days have referenced that the shoulder straps dig into your little pork chops over here. So I'll have to kind of wear it for a couple of days and see what I find. But I do like the kind of organization up top. It's nice and big and open completely. Let's see if this laptop pouch is gonna even be adequate. Start with the laptop pouch first. No matter how I kind of finagle, it'll fit my MacBook Pro because I only carry the smaller MacBook Pros, the 13 inches. But this XPS, if I'm going to use this to travel for work, it's just straight up not going to fit. Maybe I can like shoehorn it in. And I can't even do that. Man, I was really hoping that I'd be able to get this to work. Yeah, this is not going to work. Huge bummer. Huge bummer. All right, Bellroy. Well, maybe I can get a different size or something, but the next size up is a 38 liter. I'm really not trying to carry a 38 liter for EDC. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. This is the Yeti Ranchero 27 liter. All right, so the Yeti Ranchero 27 liter, good Lord, $275. All right, for the 27 liter Ranchero backpack. Unloaded start weight, I can feel it. I think it's advertised to be about 3.5 pounds completely unloaded. So heavier definitely than the Cotopaxi, almost twice as heavy as the On Speedlite 30 liter. But I'm gonna pack this out pretty much the same way I had my other Ranchero packed out. And we'll see if it fits any better. Oh, but I'll tell you what, at twice the weight, yeah, she's a heavy girl. Yeah, it's heavy. And I know it's got the sternum straps, and the straps are super, super comfortable. And it stands on its own, and it does all the things, but it is heavy. I'm still leaning towards the Cotopaxi, honestly, even though there's a few dollars more. But now this is the wild card. This is the one that honestly I don't think is gonna work. I just liked it. So let's check it out. This is the Arc'teryx Arios 18, but I wanna just give it a shot. I really like these really huge straps, very wide, right? Because they're meant for like cross-country runners and like trail runners. I like the bungee retention system. I like some of the outward-facing pockets. And I think this material is supposed to be all ripstop and water sealed. Man, you know what? This is not even gonna fit my laptop. And There's no substantial water bottle pocket. I'm definitely gonna ship the other 3 back. So the Arc'teryx, the Yeti Ranchero, the Arc'teryx, the Arc'teryx Arios 18, that one's gonna go. That didn't even fit the basic kind of feature set. The 27 liter Yeti Ranchero at almost $300. It's like what am I paying for weight? Because like that thing is unloaded, very, very heavy. The Bellroy, really wanted to like it, just didn't fit my laptop. And if it doesn't fit my work laptop, I work in IT, and I live and breathe off of my machine. So if it doesn't fit, then it's just not gonna work. So the Cotopaxi is gonna stay. It's half the weight. So the 22 liter Ranchero is the heaviest. The On Speed Lite 30 liter is the lightest. And the Cotopaxi Alpha 28 liter is like the Goldilocks right in the middle. So I'm gonna take this one for a spin for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna really reach the limits of my Amazon return policy. And if I don't like it by the end, then I'll just send it back and I'll keep looking for something else. But already loaded out, I really, really liked it. It had plenty of space for extra stuff. It fit all the things that I already wanna carry with me. And I'm not one of those people who like, if I have extra space, I'm gonna fill it. I have been carrying the exact same EDC stuff for several years now, and it rarely changes. Like I've really narrowed it down to exactly what I want. So the fact that this bag can carry all of that and maybe plus a little bit more loot that I might pick up along the way is really nice. So I'm gonna take this for a spin, do an extended kind of like test drive, and I may just end up keeping it for 199 bucks or $205, whatever it was. I think it's a good bag. All the zippers feel really, really nice, which I didn't get with this On Speedpack 30 liter. It is fully weather sealed. I can trust that my stuff isn't gonna get wet on the inside. We're gonna give it a shot, and I'm gonna send all the other bags back.